going to open the meeting up. Uh, are we on TV yet?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Everyone, welcome to the Redevelopment Authority of Lackawanna County. Today is the 8th of March, 2023. It is 1 o'clock. This is a regular scheduled meeting of the Lackawanna County Redevelopment Authority. And my name is Kevin McDonough. I'm the chairman for today. Excuse me. But at this time, could we have the Pledge of Allegiance? Everyone can find a flag within your home.
We got it.
There we go. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic,
to the republic,
one nation, God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. Right now, I'm going to take a roll call. Charlie Jefferson.
Here.
Aaron Whitney.
Here.
Tim O'Brien. Okay, and you'll have to excuse me, but I wanted to introduce Jack McNulty. He's our new board member, Jack is sitting with Ralph. So, Jack, would you like to acknowledge that you are here?
I am here. Thank you.
And on behalf of myself and our fellow board members, we offer you our condolences on the passing of your son.
Thank you.
And so I was going to say, those who don't know you now know you, but Jack has been an active community member for as long as I know him, and I don't really personally know him. I just know of him. So with that, and we do have Katie Gallagher, our solicitor, with us today, and we also have Ralph Pappas, who is the quiet brains behind the operation.
I don't know about that,
but at this time, this is also a reorganization meeting, and at this time, I normally turn it over to Tim, since Tim is the vice chair, and then Tim takes over the meeting so we can reorganize.
I see Tim calling in.
We have Tim calling in?
I see him there. He's just popping up. Well, he was there a second ago.
Come and gone.
Yeah, I was just about to try him again.
there he is, I think.
There he is.
Okay. Tim, you with us?
Yep.
There you are. Okay, and fashionably late, we have Tim O'Brien. Tim, I was just going over, can you hear me, Tim?
Tim, you're muted.
You're muted. Bottom left-hand corner of the screen. There you go.
Can you hear me?
Yes, can hear you now, Tim. Tim, I was just going over the procedure for re-election of officers. And you being the vice chair, at this time, I typically turn the meeting over to you. Do you have in front of you the, in the email that Ralph had sent, there was a format for the re-election. Do you have to have it in front of you?
I don't, to be honest with you.
All right. Let me ask Charlie, do you happen to have one in front of you?
I do.
All right, Charlie. With that being said, I'd like to turn the meeting over to you, we make you the temporary chairman for this meeting. But before we do that, I need a motion that we appoint Charlie Jefferson temporary chair, and then I need it seconded.
I'll second it.
Who's okay?
Tim O'Brien seconded.
Who made the motion?
I thought you did.
All right. Okay. I made the motion. Tim seconded. And with that being said, Charlie Jefferson has been declared temporary chairman, and he will assume the duties of the chair. It's all yours, Charlie.
Okay. I guess now I'm going to declare nominations open for the office of chair. Temporary chairman cites that nominations are, all right, so nominations are open for the office of the chairman. Do I have any nominations?
Well, I certainly don't want to nominate myself, so I'm not.
Well, it seems to be working just fine, so I'm going to make the motion that we nominate the slate of officers as that are presently in place. That being, excuse me, myself as chairman, Tim O'Brien as vice chair, Charlie Jefferson as secretary. And we need to name a treasurer. And we don't have a treasurer. So with that being said, I would like to nominate Aaron Whitney for the treasurer's slot.
I'll second you.
Yep. That being said, well, as I said, I made the motion of the slate of officers. So it's up to you guys if you want to second it or you want to do something else.
No,
Do we have a second?
you do. Tim O'Brien seconded.
Tim O'Brien has a second. All in favor? I guess there's two separate motions.
Yes.
The second one was to nominate Aaron as the treasurer. So that's the one we were just voting on. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Any abstain?
Do I think
Motion carries.
do I need to abstain there or no?
No. Oh.
No, I think you can vote for yourself.
I hope so.
I'd be confused if you voted for someone else. Okay. Then we had do I have a motion to retain the positions of chair, secretary, and chair, secretary, and vice chair as they were in the previous year?
I'll make that motion.
Do I
Second.
have a second?
Jack
All
McNulty.
All
Aye.
in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries. I think that's it for me, is that not?
No, there's a assistant secretary treasurer at the bottom of that page.
Oh, Chairman, okay. We need nominations for the office of assistant secretary. Well, no, wasn't that assistant secretary treasurer?
So Charlie, it's Tim. If I can help there because I've been signing
Yeah.
some checks, I'd be happy to. Whatever you guys want, doesn't matter to me. But if you want me to help from that point of view, I'd be happy to.
And can I also nominate Tim for the assistant secretary treasurer position?
And I'll second.
Well, can we do that? If Tim is the vice chair, and Jack is here, so he,
Jack, that's fine. I just wanted to make it easy because we were close. It doesn't matter to me.
well, Tim,
Whatever.
you can still sign checks no matter what. you
Oh,
know?
can I? Yeah, I'm just doing that because we're next to each other here.
Yeah, yeah.
So Jack, I'll nominate Jack if Jack is something you want to do.
Yeah, fine.
I'll
Second.
second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries. I believe that's it for me. That's number 12 there.
Okay. All right. So we'll turn it back over. Thank you, Charlie. Appreciate it. Now we go on to the, and you have to excuse me here. I'm working off of my home computer. I'm used to multiple monitors. I don't believe we have anybody here from the private sector that's looking to address the board. Our person in the background would happen to know that, or did you receive any emails, Ralph?
No, Kevin, the public had until 9 o'clock this morning if they had any comments or questions regarding the agenda, and I did not receive any.
Okay. All right. Has everyone had an opportunity to read the minutes? The minutes were for the regularly held December 9th meeting of 2022 and the special meeting that we had on the 19th. I believe there was a full slate on the December meeting, and the special meeting, Charlie, Aaron, and I were only there. Tim abstained as his employer was involved in the item we were dealing with, so he needed to abstain from the meeting. So with that, has everyone had a few minutes to review the minutes?
Yes.
Okay, can I have a motion? We accept the minutes as submitted?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second that motion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. The vouchers, I'm looking for the vouchers. I know that they're here. I saw them. The voucher expenditures, I think we made an error made on check, and that was already something that we had approved. Our liability insurance, guys, that protects us against whatever. The legal ad is to about our meetings, or whenever we have to reschedule a meeting. Then we have the legal ad that was for the special meeting. Who did we charge for that, Ralph? Did Lackawanna County get charged for that one?
For the special meeting?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was included in that whole check that we made out to the Lackawanna County General Fund.
Okay.
And for that special meeting, it was $167.74.
Okay. And we all approved the Joseph Lou for our audit, and the audit has been submitted and approved. So can I have a motion? We accept the vouchers as presented.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay. The next item is these are action items, and it's a motion to accept a Taylor proposal regarding their self-financing. We spoke at this at length at our December meeting, and Brenda went through everything with this. Catherine, if you could talk about whatever we need to know on this, other than what's in the resolution, offer up advice to us.
Well, I mean, the Taylor TIF is something that's been around since 2007. We've amended it twice to accommodate the actual fruition of the project. What's going on now is Taylor 1 is going to self-finance the remaining construction, which is great news because we're finally going to be done with this. They're going to satisfy the elements of the TIF. We're going to still continue to get the tax revenue and pay it back, but we won't be paying out. Sorry. Can you hear me? No?
Yeah.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Okay. So we just won't be paying out any additional money. So essentially they've pretty much reached the cap of what we're going to give them in the TIF, and the remaining part they're going to self-finance. And so in doing this, what we're trying to do is lock up what exactly the county is going to pay out remaining on the plan. And then going forward, Taylor 1 is essentially on their own. In order to do that self-financing, the bank required them to kind of clean things up. We've done, I don't know, five or six closings on this throughout the years. So I know that everyone at Economic Development is very happy that it's finally coming to an end. But if you look at the information that was provided, there is a breakdown of what's going to be paid out from the remaining TIF funds. So I don't know if you guys want me to go through those or if you have questions relative to the mechanics of it.
Well, I did sit down and I mean, there's a lot in there, and yes, you're right. We've been grinding with this one for quite some time, getting it off the ground, getting all the numbers reestablished, reestablished. So so I guess, you know, if someone has a need to hear more from you.
Okay, well, I mean, the great news is that we're finally going to get some of our admin fees after all this time. So essentially, I think we're due about 60 left. So we're going to be getting 30,000 in 22, and then the balance will be going forward in 2023, and it's about $48,000.
Does that come in as a tax increment payment, or is that a separate mechanism? How do we realize that?
Yeah, so it's from the unremitted taxes. Okay.
Okay.
And it is going to be an increment, and so 30,000 is going to come off from 2022, and then they're going to pay us from 2020 going forward in 2023.
Okay. So am I correct? And forgive me, because I know this predates my tenure on the board, but does this, so with this modification, the money that they borrowed associated with the TIF is now paid back? Is that correct? Or is there still TIF payments that'll come down the road as part of this financing? I was unclear when I read through it. I got it pulled up in front of me. I'm looking at it again. I just trying to understand that.
So what they're doing, right, is they're going to pay off all their existing loans, and then they're going to pay essentially everything off, and then going forward, we're going to remit the tax increments semi-annually. So yeah, we're going to be done.
Okay.
We're going to be paid in whole, and they're getting the rest of the money from the bank, and they're doing their own self-financing.
Okay.
And I think they're essentially acting as the bank, correct? Am I correct in that, Catherine?
I believe, yeah, they're self-financing it.
Yeah.
So
they're acting as the bank, and they're going to collect the interest.
Right.
And we walk away whole. So.
Okay, good. So I maybe an inappropriate question for Catherine or not, but was this a good deal for us?
Well, I mean, I don't know if you've had the opportunity to go down there, but they really have revitalized the area. And so I do.
Oh yeah, no, I've seen the project.
Definitely.
Great.
Yeah, it looks great. You know, I think, you know, you guys are all business people, right? But like, we're not necessarily, you know, the redevelopment authority in essence isn't necessarily out to make a profit. What we're supposed to do is like, you know, help people revitalize areas that were essentially once blighted. So I think, you know, while this project was a complete and total labor of love, I'll say a labor of love.
Challenge.
Yeah. And very complicated at times. You know, I do think the juice was worth the squeeze because it, you know, people are living there. They really like it. It definitely cleaned up that whole area of Taylor. And we did get a little bit of money out.
Well, we don't.
You know, we don't usually retain lots of money. We're more of a pass through. So we made some money on the deal.
Good. Thank you.
Aaron, now you have some money in your, and it's not in your pocket per se, but it's been a while since we've had this type of money floating around. And as Catherine said, you know, we're basically a conduit for helping projects get off the ground in blighted areas. it's the redevelopment authority was much bigger back in its day, and that goes back prior to the Cordero Munchak livelihood there. And just about everything that was done that's being done in-house now was done through the redevelopment authority. All the individual housing, they did quite a bit of that. You needed a new roof, you came before the redevelopment authority. We used to hand out a lot of different things to the needy, and so it's always been a good cause. Maybe the fact that we have some money, we can do some things with it now, but I guess that would be up to Brenda and Ralph. So, well, I do not believe we need. Do we need a motion to accept this, Catherine?
Yes, we do.
Okay. I'm going to make a motion. We accept the Taylor One LLC proposal regarding the self-financing as the attached submittal. Can I have a second on that?
A second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
And our next item on the agenda is the resolution 1139-23. And it's actually pertaining to our solicitor and the regarding the amendment for legal services. So, Katie, you're on board. I'm going to let you explain it all. But I've read it. I'm in agreement with it.
I'll explain it, Kevin.
All right,
Yeah,
Ralph, you're on.
yeah, I made an error on that last resolution at the last meeting. Really more or less a typographical error. So this one is retroactive from November 7th of 2019 to January 7th of 2024. And for $1,000 a month, but over those years, you know, it was not to exceed $50,000. So that's the correction to the previous amendment, and I'll put together the new contract for the board to sign and for Katie to sign.
And Katie's taking us all to lunch, I think, isn't
Sure.
it? That was very inappropriate. Anyway, there was a correction made, and you got to laugh. If you can't laugh, what are you going to do? But anyway, I'd like to have a motion that we pass resolution 1139-23, correcting the resolution 1135-22 regarding the amendment for the legal services contract with attorney Catherine Gallagher.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Now it's the time that for the good of the order, if anybody has anything that's going on that where we think or if you know anybody that's looking to do some development and they're having a little bit of time struggling getting it off the ground, I think Charlie, you've come to realize, and I know Tim knows what we do, and Aaron being with the chamber,
Yep.
We help underwrite through taxes develop areas.
Yep.
So,
sorry.
anybody knows of any projects where they're stumbling and they need to get their roads and sewers and water lines in and gas lines in?
You know, it's Tim. So I just wanted to let everybody know, as far as that recent deal that was done with Lackawanna County, that our bank was involved. And I'm not saying this because Fidelity was involved, but the way that transaction was put together with the redevelopment in Lackawanna County, there's deals like this all over the state, but not just like it. So I just wanted to tell everybody that was, I really give the staff of the redevelopment authority plus the county, a real heads up on that. They did phenomenal with Dave Balzoni and with the redevelopment authority was a great job. Again, I'm not saying that because Fidelity was involved, because it could have been anybody. So I would just like to make that part of the record if that's okay. If not, that's fine.
I see no issues with it being part of the record. I was all for Fidelity Bank.
Yeah. And again, I'm not saying it because of the bank. It really isn't, because it could have been any bank, but it just really was. Just the way it was structured was benefited everybody.
Not all banks like to work with this type of thing, and it was great how Fidelity stepped forward.
Yeah. Again,
the only other bank I believe that stepped forward on this was Wells Fargo.
Again, I'm truly not saying because of the bank. It's just the structure with the redevelopment authority and with the county. It's just very different than anyone I've ever seen. So,
Charlie, how's your project coming up on the mountain?
Slow, very slow. You know, it's we've got concept done. We've got all those things put together. Quite honestly, the events of the last month or so, between the Mountain Fest that we had up there this weekend and a couple other things have kind of drawn my attention more so than the hotel. The financing aspect of life is causing us to do a little bit of backtracking, because what was a construction loan a year ago at 4% is now a construction loan pushing 6.5, 7. And on an 18-month build, that's a lot of money. So, I mean, you know, there's no question that, you know, we remain committed to it. And to that extent, I'm hoping to have a meeting within the next 2 weeks with some equity that has expressed an interest in the project, which obviously the more equity that I can put into it, the less we need to borrow. You know, we're still slowly continuing to develop the concept, because I don't know if anybody's seen it or not, but it's just a phenomenal building. It's 152 hotel rooms, about a little bit more than 10,000 square feet of conference space, and it's just you know, it's I've never built a hotel before, but then again, I never ran a ski mountain before either, so I, you know, it's another first. But I think that once we're able to do that, you know, you've got 700 plus rooms on the mountain now with 6 hotels up there, plus the hotels downtown. And they really, you know, they don't have that kind of conference space. I mean, we have companies right now that leave the county to go to Mohegan Sun. Not that there's anything wrong with Mohegan Sun or Mount Airy, but, you know, I personally rather see them staying in the county. And they're companies that we all know. I'm going to an event this Thursday at Mohegan Sun that, you know, if we had the space in the county, we would have it here. In fact, I'm having a fair amount of the people that are going to the event are going to be skiing at Montage Mountain with their families. So it's the Maxwell Awards there that's going to be at the Mohegan. So, you know, I'm encouraged by the end result, which, you know, might take me a little bit longer than anticipated, but then again, the Scranton Counseling Project took 8 years, and I'm still here. So I think if this takes 8 years, I won't be entirely thrilled. I'd rather see 5, but you know, I'm willing to spend whatever it takes, time-wise. I think I'm a fairly young man for 85. No, only 57, but we'll see. You know, we'll see. I think that there's a lot of people on the county and from a political standpoint and everything else that want to see it happen. So I think we've got a lot of momentum, and you know, I'm very hopeful that sometime within, I'd like to break ground before the end of the year, but there's a timing issue because we have to make sure that the foundation and that type of work does not interfere with the winter activities. So I have a fine window that's, you know, probably going to get missed because I can't start in the fall and then not disturb the skiing. So if we don't get there before then, we'll definitely be there in the spring of next year. But yeah, I'm Yesterday, I sat at, I'm going to get the kid's name, young man. He's probably in his early 30s. I was at Harvest last night up in the shops there. And a young guy who was early 30s was sitting next to us. And so we started talking to him. He is the new general manager for the Marriott hotels on the mountain. There's 4 of them between the Fairfield and the Courtyard and whatnot. Sharp kid, was down in Hershey. I think he worked at one of the hotels down there. He wanted an opportunity to come up to this area. And the reason that he wanted an opportunity to come up to the Marriotts is because he knew that there was a hotel being built at the top of Montage Mountain. And he had hoped to be able to have an opportunity to go from running those 4 Marriotts to being involved in that hotel. He had no idea who I was or anything like that. I mean, this is totally unsolicited. So it was pretty interesting to hear that, because it reinforces for me that, you know, if you build something like that, you're going to attract people and you're going to attract talent. You're going to be successful. So anyway, it was a good story, and I think it's good for all of us to hear something like that.
That's great news. That's great news.
Yep.
I can't wait for you to get it underway.
Thank you. Thank you.
Right.
If I may, Jack McNulty, I was on the original 5 that brought Montage here. And it took
I
us
recognize the
over 5
name, Jack.
Yeah, thank you, Charlie. You're a tremendous asset here. But
Thank you.
we went through 5 years of looking for that white-tailed rabbit that to this day we had never found. And you know, we lost the Marriott that's down around Hershey would have been here with us, and we also would have had the convention center, which is now in Wilkes-Barre. But we weathered the storm. And Charlie, hopefully, you know, I'm on the NEPA board and the NCAC board, and anything at all, you know, that I could contribute, I would certainly do it. The one thing that I think you and I could agree on, we have to get another full-fledged exit out of there somewhere up at the top. And, you know, hopefully you and McDonough and, you know, the both of you are such a great asset. Understand that more than me, but I can assure you this, anything that I could ever do and helping on any other boards, I'd be there for you, because you had a relationship with a dear friend of mine, Doherty in Philadelphia, that I spoke at his apprenticeship graduation. And another side of thing, I organized the Scranton Redevelopment Authority years ago. And,
Is that right? Wow.
Yeah, and had a work stoppage in front of the Mears building or wherever they were, and appeared before Judge Kozik, and that was before the Public Employees Law. And I had 14 pickets there in front of that 2 little doors. And we went in front of Kozik. And my mom had worked in the German drugstore and knew Kozik when he was going to law school. And Sheldon Rosenberg was the attorney for the Redevelopment Authority. And he's telling the judge it's an illegal strike. And Judge Kozik told him, there's only one guy sitting here that does it on a fairly regular basis, and that's Jack McNulty. And I asked him for a couple minutes, and I called my lawyer in Philadelphia, and Charlie, you may be familiar with him, Bernie Katz.
I know the name.
Yeah, and he said to me, Jack, does the judge know that it's an illegal strike? I said, yeah, and not only that, if Sheldon Rosenberg brings it up one more minute, he's going to put him in jail. He said, I guess Scranton is the place to be. But anything I could do, believe me, I'm honored to be on this board. Thank you.
I appreciate that, Jack. And just, you know, not to continue, but this past weekend we had an event, and everything that we've done up there over the last 10 years is with the eventuality that, you know, these events will get bigger and bigger. And when there's a hotel there, they'll get even bigger. And we had an event over the weekend called Mountain Fest, which we started 5-6 years ago, which was just a end of season type thing, not really the official end of the season, but, you know, a March event. And 5-6 years ago, if we had, I don't know, 400 or 500 people when it started, I would be shocked. 3 years ago, we started making it a little bit bigger, and we got a nationally recognized act to play outside in the snow. It was Gin Blossoms. Last year, we expanded that a little bit to have the Spin Doctors of Verve Pipe. And this year, we partnered with WMMR, which is the largest rock station out of the Philly metro area. They had their cardboard classic at Jack Frost Big Boulder. We took that over. We brought that up on Friday. We had Everclear on stage Friday night. Saturday, we had Fuel and Lit as part of Mountain Fest. And in those 2 days, I had over 10,000 people up at Montage Mountain. The Hilton was sold out and every other hotel was as well. So, you know, that's a testament to a lot of things. I mean, it's a testament to the mountain. It's a testament to the area. It's a testament to the fact that if we build a hotel, then that hotel will be filled and we'll just have that many more people up there. So, you know, it's things like that this weekend that encourage the heck out of me. And I have, Jack, I have one more thing I have to talk about.
I
Hold
don't
on.
think you.
Here, you recognize that?
Oh, yeah. Bill Dawson.
That's an old one. I got that hanging up in my place. Anyway, so yeah, it's I'm looking forward to building the hotel, and I will certainly take you up on it.
The you know, we talk about the advent of the Montage and Jack McNulty. That's what prompted my return back to Scranton. I was a resident of King of Prussia for a number of years, and prior to that, Delaware, Newark, Delaware. And when I saw what was going up on the mountain, what was happening, that's when I made the decision to move back home. And I'm here 36 years later. So after 13 years,
those are the things that you know, it's quality of life type of things. That's it's, you know, those are the I don't know what you want to call them, the assets that draw young people to come here and keep young people here. I mean, in the wintertime, we employ 500 part-time people between ski patrollers, and a large majority of them are, you know, 21 or under. They're college kids, they're high school kids, they're young adults, and you know, we I'm constantly amazed at you know, at the number of people and good young people. And you know, if I went down the list and told you, you know, there's some of them now working in Governor Shapiro's office and all over the place. I mean, it's just, it's amazing how many people have come through our doors up there, and we've been able to hopefully help in their future endeavors and keep them in the area. So hotel is going to only help that much more, and everything else we all wind up doing.
no, little known secret, I was actually one of your ski patrollers a number of years back.
Why did we get rid of you?
No, you didn't get rid of me. I left you after my third leg surgery. So, all right. With that, Jack, once again, welcome aboard. I guess you were back in the old Pat Cowley days.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, his daughter, you know, is a very dear friend, Judy.
Judy.
And,
Mike, I grew up with the Cowleys. Mike is I've known Mike since I'm 3 years old, and we still associate with each other. And he's part of the reason why I still sit where I sit with the board. He was on the board when I came on, Michael, and I know his father was part of the start of the board many, many years ago. So,
Hey, being a new member of the board too, relatively new, you know, I feel very fortunate to be on the board with you guys and ladies. I really do. And Charlie, I can't say enough about your impact on Lackawanna County. I just can't.
Thank you.
Montage is one of them, but I'm sitting in another one in one of your office buildings that sat vacant for mega years. And I could go on and on. And Jack, obviously, I know Jack my whole career. So again, I feel no bullshit here at all. I feel very fortunate to be involved.
wait a minute, we're on TV.
Are we? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sure the audience is big.
All right, everyone. I'd like to say, everyone, happy St. Patrick's Day. Behave out there. And can I have a motion that we adjourn and see everybody at June 8th, same time, 1 p.m. Whether we're back in full session then at the county building or Zoom, I hope to see everyone then. So can I have a motion for adjournment?
So move.
All right, everyone. I'm not going to ask if everybody. So with that being said, everybody have a great day. Thank you for being a part of this, and have a good one.
Thank you.
As well.
Have a good
Bye-bye.
weekend. Take care, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Snow.